long to make the sequel, because that's another thing too, is that I ain't gonna lie to you, before I watch this movie when it premieres, I'm gonna do a little refresher because I don't know what happened. All I know is Morales. Welcome to another episode of Claire here. Today we're going to be talking about Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. We're going to get right into it. So I'm just as Jessica Drew sans baby bump. That's why I was so extra. I was like, they gotta know there's no baby bump. But yeah, so we're going to be talking about Spiderverse. It's going to be premiering on June 2nd. I think it's premiered already for in California. So, you know, we're going to talk about Miles Morales. I thought he was Cuban. I thought he was Cuban, but they said he's Puerto Rican. You gotta understand, this movie came out a while back. I watched it because I'm here to support. But I watched it a while back. I also did a cosplay of Black Cat. I want to call her Black Spider because like my outfit looks like that. But I also did a cosplay of her too. I'm gonna be going into my opinion about a new movie, and then I'm going to be talking about the new movie, and then I'm going to be talking about the original one as well. So I'll go into the original one. The original one, honestly, when I first saw it, I ain't gonna lie to you, I didn't want to watch it because I'm a cartoon snob. I'm very much like, it's kind of like I don't watch Family Guy because there's only 4 fingers. It makes me mad. But the style looked too much of like a comic book, so I wasn't really that big of a fan of going to go see it. But after, like, the storyline is so dope, like it's different. I like the fact that, you know, the Latinos and the Black people, we have, like, you know, like he's for everybody. So it was very interesting. The storyline was dope. Different Peter Parkers, Spider Pig, like Porky Pig, so cute. But definitely, for sure, I would definitely say it's a cute movie to take your kids, and also for us, you know, millennials or whatever they want to call us now. Also, it was pretty dope for us to see somebody be Spider-Man. Of course, you know, there's the regular dusty, crusty people who say that, you know, Spider-Man's only supposed to be from one demographic, and he's not. But I also would like to remind everybody, this is a comic book, so it is open to interpretation. So you can do whatever you want to do. I would definitely say let's address the elephant in the room. Jessica Drew. So Jessica Drew is pregnant, which honestly, when I saw the trailer, I didn't really see anything until I see it now. So Jessica Drew is the Jessica Drew character. Is getting a lot of pushback because she's pregnant. And, you know, there's this narrative about, you know, baby mama drama, especially with a certain demographic of women. There is a lot of baby mama drama, so they're just like, how dare she still have to go back to work? We could call it Jessica Drew in the case of the maternity leave. And I feel like, me personally, like that, I don't see it being a problem, but I can see where, you know, people will take it as, okay, well, dang, that's all. Like, even when we pregnant, we still gotta work. So it's just kind of like, I see the pushback for it. But I also don't like that it's taken away from the character, because for some reason, it's almost like it's formulaic that whenever there is, it's almost formulaic, I can't say the word, whenever there is like a character, all of a sudden controversy just pops up. So I noticed that a lot, and it's frustrating because it's just like, we have this, like, as soon as I promise you, I was watching the trailer, and as soon as I saw Jessica Drew, I paused it and I was like, I must cosplay you. But I could definitely say for sure that, like, I would have wished for her to not be pregnant, but also I'm also here for it at the same time, because, like, I don't want that to be like the focus, you know. Like, I feel like all they're gonna remember is just like, oh, bat spider, pregnant spider, you know, like pregnant Spider-Man, pregnant, blah, blah, blah. And she's getting it. Like, honestly, like, I'm so excited to see the movie. I'll come back with my review as soon as I watch it. But I can definitely say for sure, like, that's like my overall feelings for the movie. I think you guys should watch it. Now, my irritation with all of this is the fact that a lot of people are saying that comic book movies have been overdone. And I can sit here and say, I agree. And I know it sounds rude, but I feel like the reason why comic book movies have always been here for us old school people who saw the original or some of the original ones, like with the bad graphics. But comic book movies have always been here, but I think what's happening is that it's starting to become trending. So those people who have always been nerds, like it's kind of like like those people who have always been nerds, it's kind of like for us it's just like it's getting crowded in here, you know, like Comic-Cons now are going, like Comic-Cons are coming at record breaker numbers where you have to literally go and buy your tickets like the same year. Like, so if there's a Comic-Con in July, you need to already have purchased it by now. And I feel like it sucks because us true nerds, us true people who've been reading comics since we were like 9 and we could read a book, it's frustrating for us because like now we're all getting lumped in. Now we're getting all lumped in with, you know, being on trend and liking nerdy stuff and this and the other. Like one thing I do get irritated about is what you're not gonna do is we're not gonna have a geek battle, because that happens sometimes. Is it Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl that Yu-Gi-Oh always calls from the graveyard? I was like, false. He never puts them in the graveyard because he don't let his babies get hurt, okay? He don't play about Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl. Anyways, but it's Dark Magician. But it's just, like, I don't like the fact that, like, as we were watching these comic book movies, like, everybody's getting lumped in together with people who are doing this for trend. You know people are doing it for trend because they'll sit there and say, oh my God, Wonder Woman is my favorite Marvel character. That's how you know somebody's a fake nerd. That's how you know somebody's a fake nerd. Like, us people who sat here and got bullied for it and got picked on for it, like, come on, baby. You know, Flash is my favorite DC character. Like that, like he's currently canceled. That's why it's a joke, haha. But it's just, I think that we just need to take a break because I think it's starting to lose its freshness. Just as someone who loves comic book movies, I can watch them all day. We can watch the whole universe be built in front of us. Still need Nubia from Wonder Woman, but we need a break. Like, we do need a break, and it's not because of Spiderverse. It's just like I see on the docket for 2024, like we have Fantastic Fours coming back. I think we have a couple of other comic book movies. I'm just like, baby, like too much of a good thing can always go bad. Like, that's why I said, I was like, I think they do need to take a break. I do agree with that, but I also am a little bit irritated that, like, this is a comic book. Like, you don't even know, like, which Earth this Spider-Man is from, because there's getting a lot of pushback that not my Spider-Man. Like, a lot of people are saying that that's not really Spider-Man, and I'm just like, it's a comic book. It is a cartoon that was originally made for children. I mean, there's certain scenes that I'm just like, now you know that's too grown for these kids. But, like, it's a cartoon. It's a comic book. Like, can we remind ourselves that it's a comic book? It's a comic book. Like, it's not even that serious. But I think I was getting more irritated because, like, there's still more movies that are on the way. I am a little questioning on why it took so long to make the sequel, because that's another thing too, is that I ain't gonna lie to you, before I watch this movie when it premieres, I'm gonna do a little refresher because I don't know what happened. All I know is Morales. Like, that's all I know is Morales. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, it's been so long since the sequel that I'm gonna have to rewatch this movie so I can remember what this movie is about. Okay? Like, it's like, we gotta save the world. Okay, who are you? Like, sometimes these sequels take too long, and I know you gotta get funding, you know, I know math. I know you gotta get funding and approval by the production, whatever. But I think it's gonna be projected. I think it's gonna do numbers. It's just, it's gonna be kind of hard to compete. I think Guardians of the Galaxy is still in theaters, so I can't really say how much money it's gonna make, but definitely promote, repost. And then that's another thing too. Can we start having movie courtesy when it comes to social media? Like, I'm tired of the fact that I can't even have a regular work week and you guys have already watched the movies. Remember they used to do Thursday movie premieres? Remember that? They used to do Thursday movie premieres, and look what happened with that. Like, literally by Friday, you already know every movie. Like, I haven't seen Little Mermaid yet, and I've seen Little Mermaid. Does that make any sense? Like, can we give at least a weekend? I know you don't got no life. I know you ain't working for a living. But the rest of us who are working for a living, we want to be allotted the time. And people will sit there and be like, just get off of social media. I was just like, you get off social media and stop posting. Maybe we both can make each other's dreams come true. Like, that's so frustrating to me that like we can't even watch the movie. Like, I already know, like, with it coming out on June 2nd, I already know by Saturday we already gonna know who live, who don't live, who live, who don't live. You know, next time on Dragon Ball Z, like, we're gonna know every bit of this movie before we even get a chance to. That's why I was saying, I was like, can we stop doing that? I personally feel like we need to start giving give us at least the weekend. It'll be Friday night, whole plot is released. And I was like, dang. And I was like, this is the one time I wish one of them movie people would tap them on the shoulder and be like, actually, put that down. Because I was like, how else would you get the images? It's not because these are official videos released from the production. They don't want you to see any snippets of the movie because they want you to go buy the movie ticket. So I know it's not them. Like, I know it's not them. It be y'all. But Spider-Man overall is gonna add to the verse. I think it's going to definitely give, you know, a good role model for people to look at. Do I think that there should be a sequel to it? I'll have to watch it, but honestly, I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like Spiderverse, like, I feel like it was like a once in a lifetime event, you know, and I guess I'm gonna go support because, you know, I support, but like, it's just, I don't see where else it can go. And that's why, like, I say that about every movie too, because like certain movies, like, for example, one movie that I was watching, I was like, this is just like, for example, the most recent Spider-Man with Tom Holland and like having all the Spider-Mans come through, I was like, it can't go higher than that. Like, I'd rather you give me one or two good movies and you keep making sequels, Fast 10. You keep making sequels to where, like, it loses the original essence. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it loses the original essence on why we even watched the series in the first place. Like, I don't want you to ruin a good thing by making this because you're being greedy. But definitely wait for my review once I watch it. Give me time to watch it. And don't forget to subscribe, share. It's clear.